Right, so I'm going to try and set up an Outlook client on my Sony Vaio, which is running Windows 7, and I'm going to try and get it to talk to the university's Exchange server. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check that my internet connection is working fine. So let me just type something in here and see what it does. Yeah, so I've got an internet connection. I'm actually running through EduRoam at the moment, but you could do this from home as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the control panel and I'm going to start up the mail setup. Here we go. And in the mail setup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to email accounts. And in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new email account. If you've already got an Exchange account, then you can't add a second one. So you have to modify your old one or delete it. Anyway, here I don't have an existing Exchange account, so I can add a new one. In here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all this manually, so I'm going to tick the manual box here, and I'm just going to say next. And here, what I'm going to say is that it's a Microsoft Exchange or compatible service that I want, and hit next. And in here, I need to specify the address of the Exchange server. And the Exchange server that I normally use is ex6, and that's at .mail.hw.ac.uk. Yeah. I'm going to put my username in here, which is CEEMJC. I'm not going to click check name because it can't get through to the Exchange server at the moment because I need to set up the proxy. So I'm going to go into more settings. And in the more settings, I'm going to look at the connection settings, and down at the bottom of the connection settings, I'm going to say connect to Microsoft Exchange using HTTP, and I'm going to specify the proxy. So I've clicked on the button which says Exchange proxy settings, and in here I need to put the web address of the URL of the proxy, and this is just the normal address of the webmail. So it's webmail.hw.ac.uk. I think it's important to have this box here ticked, which is the SSL connection, and I'm going to hit OK. So now I can go back into my original settings, and if I click next here, then it should try and make the connection. Okay, that's good. It's trying to make the connection. It's asking me for my credentials, and in here I need to put the domain, which is hwmail, and then I can put my username, my normal webmail username after a backslash, and then my normal webmail, if I remember it, password. Let's see if this is okay. Okay, so it's churning around. By adding Microsoft Exchange account, you will change where you're. Yeah, that's okay. So now it's set up the new account, so I can say finish. I can now close down the account settings. I've got my Microsoft Exchange set up there. And now what I should be able to do is run my Outlook. So now if I go into Outlook, then it's asking for a password again. Okay. So now it should be talking to the Exchange server, and this is the first time I've run Outlook 2010 on this user on this machine. So it's preparing Outlook for first use, etc., etc. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it there. And if I can find there we go. We're going to. Okay, so Outlook is now talking to the Exchange server. It's already got all my reminders, etc. It's going to drag all of the email. Let's try and get rid of this. It's going to try and drag all of my local email off, and yeah, as you can see, it's adding in more and more reminders. Let's just dismiss all of these for now. let's get rid of those. Okay. Okay, I don't quite see why it's coming up with all of them again. Yes, I do want to dismiss all these. Right, okay. So now what you can see is it's beginning to drag the email off the Exchange server, and this will take quite a while because I think I've probably got about a gigabyte of mail on the mail server. So you've got to be prepared to wait for it to drag all the email off your Exchange server and copy it here. So you're creating a local copy, and it only needs to do this once. After this, what happens is that it will only take updates from the Exchange server, and it won't have to grab your whole mailbox, which is the good news. Okay. Now, somewhere here, it should tell me what my progress is, and I can't see a progress bar. Oh, here we go. Updating inbox. It's looking for 1.4 gigabytes or so, and it's downloaded a little bit of that. And as you can see, it's gradually downloading my email. As I say, this will take quite a while, so this is not the sort of thing that you don't want to that you want to do over a dial-up connection. That's for sure. You need to do it over broadband, and that's it. If I leave it chunnering away, then what it will do is it will set up all my email. Next time I go in, then it will be very fast.